What's up, guys? This is Jamie Calloway, and today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I hate TNA. And I have 2 people here with me who are going to join me in this conversation. You guys want to introduce yourself?
I am Logan155.
And I am Mr. Lucid LJ. What's up, peeps?
Alright, so my first reason, coming in at number 5, is the knockouts. Now, I actually used to find the knockouts really entertaining, but now they're just as bad as the Divas, and their matches are just so short. And you guys remember when they had like the first blood match with the knockouts? You will never see that with the Divas. And when they actually used to use weapons and actually have decent matches, now that division is shit, just like the women's division in WWE. And they should give them decent, match time, but they don't. And I really don't like the knockouts anymore. They're my piss break too. Dennis or anybody, do you want to go?
Like you said, they used to have hardcore match stipulations. Like, I haven't been watching TNA for long, but
Same.
they had like hardcore match stipulations, weapons and shit. And like you said, first blood matches and with women wrestlers. Who's ever heard of that? But yeah, that was cool. And they're just as bad as the Divas now, and they're not really that entertaining anymore, and they're crap.
So, number 4, being too many old guys being in the spotlight. Now, instead of using your actual talent and your better talent, you're using Ric Flair, you're using Hogan, Bischoff, all those old people that we don't want to see wrestle anymore. And we could be seeing younger guys. We could be seeing people in the X Division. We could be seeing Amazing Red, people like AJ Styles wrestling. But instead, you have these old guys wrestling. We don't want to see them wrestle anymore. So, Dennis, do you want to share?
They're pushing people like Sting and Nash and all those veterans. Like, well, Flair doesn't wrestle; he just manages. But they're using these old guys when they can, I guess, be pushing the younger talent. And it's cool that they're reintroducing them. Like, we're looking at the veterans again, but it's just we don't want to see them all the time. Like the Main Event Mafia was a bad. Oh my god. I could rant about that, but they should push younger talent instead of putting old guys in feuds.
Alright. Okay, so number 3, too many segments. Now, we want to see wrestling on the show because, that's what you're supposed to be, a wrestling show. We don't want to see so many segments and not wrestling. It's cool to have some promos and segments here and there, but instead of, wrestling and having decent matches, you're giving us these segments that don't make any sense. And yeah, Dennis?
Yeah, I agree completely because last Thursday night was a good example because we had like 8 minutes of actual wrestling lived with, and the rest was promos and other stuff, other shit, where they could have put good wrestling matches, but they just don't do that. But sometimes they do have good shows, good TV matches, like the Whole Weapon show, like 2 months ago. It was like pay-per-view quality matches, but they should put more time into their TV matches. We want to see wrestling.
Yeah, and not just a bunch of segments the whole show. Because I remember watching a TNA show, and for an hour, it was literally all commercials and segments and promos, when we could be putting on pretty good matches, but no. So, number 2, short TV matches. Dennis, do you want to go?
Like I just said, they should be putting in more time. It's good that they're putting in promos and other stuff like that, but they should be putting good time into their TV matches. Like the main event should be, like they should range from 15 to like 16 minutes or so. But I'm not saying like half an hour, like a pay-per-view show. It's just, but we want to see good times on main event matches for TV matches. That's what we watch. That's why we watch it.
Yeah, there should be. I mean, I'm not saying there have to be like an hour-long matches, but if you give the main event a solid, time, and the other match is a decent amount of time, and try to put on decent matches, and it wouldn't be as bad, but they're too short of matches, so. And number 1 being not using their younger talent, Dennis.
Um, the thing about that is that we're like not using their talent. They could be putting other young guys in like airtime. They could give them airtime, and we can actually watch them on Thursday night. But they don't do that. They're pushing older guys when they shouldn't anymore. It's just we want to see new talent, and this is just another side thing. But they have too many WWE rejects and like overbooking and stuff, and like they're all over the place with everyone from their roster. Some people don't get airtime, the young guys. And,
Yeah, people who should be getting airtime don't get airtime, and they're letting all the old guys and people from ECW and WWE take over the show, and you could be having your actual TNA talent wrestling and putting on good matches, but you choose to put the other guys over. I mean, you could be using AJ Styles, Amazing Red. What happened to them? You're using like Ric Flair and everybody.
Ric Flair just manages, but come on, just so much old all over the place.
Yeah. All right, Liam, do you want to share your reasons now?
Yes, I was patiently listening to your reasons. They were all very, very good reasons. Yeah, I came up with, I had a list of reasons last night. I came up with about 30, but I just picked the best 5 that I could get out of that list.
I mean, there's so many reasons, but go ahead.
Yeah. Can we finish this to TV matches and pay-per-views? I watched Impact, and we had 8 minutes of wrestling, and we had a match where a woman laid down and just gave the title away. What the fucking hell was that? WCW vintage all over again. And for their biggest show of the year, Bound for Glory, I counted 5 bad finishes to matches, so they need to stop doing that on TV and pay-per-view. The next reason would be lack of X Division stars.
Definitely.
TNA built itself on the X Division, and now really they only have about 3 or 4 guys. They used to have 8, 10, 12 guys in that division, sometimes even more back in the day. They need to revamp that division, get some new guys in there, and rebuild it back up to where it was again. The next reason, there's no true definition between heels and faces. A perfect example, Mr. Anderson came in as a heel this year.
Mr.
then
Anderson's
turned face.
awesome.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying Mr. Anderson is freaking awesome, but I liked him better as a heel. But continue.
Yeah, he came in as a heel, then I believe he turned face, then he turned heel again, then he turned face, then I believe he turned heel before this pay-per-view again, and now I believe he's face after the pay-per-view. So they need to stop flip-flopping between heels and faces the whole time, because no one knows who to cheer for. I mean, they were even cheering for Jeff Hardy and Hogan, and they're meant to be heels now, so that needs to be sorted out as well.
Can I add?
Sorry, go on.
I want to add on that because exactly, like, I'm one of those persons that like one of those people that don't even know who to like. Who should I be booing him? Like, Mr. Anderson. I was thinking, is he like a tweener? Because I don't know. He acts like a heel, but he's getting a reaction like a face. I don't really know.
Well, the thing is, the crowd is not like the kid crowd in WWE. They cheer for the heels and they cheer for some faces. They boo some faces. So it's not like in WWE where they boo all the heels and cheer for all the faces. They're not exactly like 5 or anything. Most of them are teenagers and adults, and they cheer for some of the heels. But yeah, I do agree with you on that, Liam.
I've just got 2 more quick reasons. The main event of Impact going into reactions. This is a huge problem because people in different countries don't get reactions. So say if I'm in the UK, I don't get to see the end of Impact, so I have to go out of my way to find out what happened. That has to stop. They need to schedule the show to finish on time and then do reactions after. That's a bad idea. And the thing about it, they just drop a load of people anyway. I mean, they drop 500,000 people more sometimes going into reactions, so people don't even really care about the main event because it went into reactions. So that needs to be sorted out as well. And the final reason would be get rid of that Vince Russo scumbag motherfucker. He ruined WCW and he's ruined TNA. It's pretty much into the ground, in my opinion. Bad storylines consistently over the years. with no lack of direction. Perfect example, Main Event Mafia never had a conclusion to that storyline. Rehashing of gimmicks and storylines like the whole NWO thing now with they just get rid of the scumbag.
It was so obvious also.
Sorry?
I was just saying that, the people who were supposed to be they was so obvious also. And the Main Event Mafia, every time I turned on the television, they were right there. That was so bad too.
So much old. Seriously, get it. Easy.
Just get people who love wrestling like myself and who like to book matches and stuff and feuds. Get new people in like that and get rid of this scumbag.
It's not just Vince Russo's fault either, though. There's other people to blame.
I'll blame Hogan and Bischoff, but this guy just makes up some of the stupidest storylines of all time. I mean, come on, Orlando Jordan, Eric Young, concussions after Benoit died of concussions and.
That's nothing to kid about. That is nothing to kid about. That's not funny at all.
That was really insulting, and that was just tasteless and uncalled.
So my last comment is, fuck you, TNA. Hope you go out of business. So.
Anything else you guys want to share?
Oh yeah. I also want to add on that they have too many WWE rejects. Seriously, that have Ric Flair. Well, Ric Flair needs the money. They all need the money. That's why they're there, obviously.
Everyone wants money, so.
Did anyone realize that the main event for Bound for Glory for the world title was all three rejects who were all in the same WWE company not less than 5 years ago? Angle, Anderson, and Hardy. Like, I understand they need WWE guys, but they all main evented when they were in WWE not less than 5 years ago.
Yeah, anything else you guys want to say before I end the video? All right.